Let's tap into your own authentic genius and live the life you desire.
You are now listening to
Join Dr. Rademaker for an enlightened conversation about our brain intelligence, our body intelligence, and our energy intelligence. And now, here's your host, Dr. Bart Rademaker.
I'm Dr. Bart Rademaker, and this is Prescription for Your Transformation. Real people, real conversations, and real success. And, we have to start thinking about, changing our lives. And it's interesting, with the challenges that we have in the world today, this whole thing called the pandemic. You have the choice of seeing the greatness in it, or you could see the things that are so terrible about it. But some people are able to rise completely above this pandemic, and making the worst times their best times in life. But do we really need such an intense and massive trigger to make this shift in our lives so that we can become better persons for ourselves? What about those smaller triggers? Or what about any kind of trigger? So the question that we have to ask ourselves is, what's it going to take for us to dramatically change our lives to actually live on the path that is really meant for us? And there's so many examples of this in the world today, where people suddenly decide, I'm not happy with the status quo where I live in. It's time to change and take a dramatic leap of faith. And one perfect example of this is the person that I'm interviewing today. Super excited to be interviewing her, because she really demonstrates the human ability to let go of absolutely everything that they know and start over. And this is a capacity that all of us have, but way too few people have the courage to take that leap of faith. And so I'm really excited to be interviewing Alessandra Shulgina, if I say that correctly, because that is exactly what she's done. And for me, she's a model for all of us, because it's too easy for us to stay stuck in that rut of life that we're so accustomed to, and we're so scared to get out of that comfort zone. But she has demonstrated that, and I'm really excited to hear what her journey has been, what ignited that, and all of her successes that she has since she's been here in the last 18 months. Alessandra, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey, Bart, nice to see you. Thank you for calling me here. Everybody, hi. I hope you will enjoy this conversation.
Of course they will. I mean, you're such a dynamic human being. It's just wonderful. And you know what it is, for a lot of us people, in fact, I think most of us, is that we get very much attracted to other people's energy. And you have this tremendous charisma, tremendous energy, and it's just exciting to be around you. But
thank you. Thank you. I give you my energy even
there
now. And to everybody who is here, who is listening to us.
I hear about your journey, because that's a very exciting journey, because, it started off, what you tell us.
My story is so long, but I'll try to make it short. Yeah, long story short. I was born in Ukraine, Kiev, Eastern Europe. I used to work on television. Then I used to get my high education in sportive nutrition, in fitness training. Then I started my own company. So I helped women, Russian speaking, in Ukraine and Russia, change their lives, change their beauty, but not just outside with nutrition and workouts, but also inside. So to work with their confidence, beliefs, with their fears. At some point, I understood that I became on the highest level in my country, because Ukraine is not so big. So, I got to know all people. Everything became so easy. And I had this idea that this country, this city is too small for me. But every time I got the idea that maybe I need to go somewhere else, to try myself in other country, I had this fear. Oh, no, I'm not ready. No. I'm in my comfort zone. I know everybody knows me. So everything's so cool and let's stay like this. But I was boring. I was bored with this life, but at the same time, it was my comfort zone. And then what happened? In February 2018, I came to Singapore for a Tony Robbins event. That was my first time when I visited UPW. And during one meditation, I guess that was the fourth day. There were a meditation. You needed to see yourself in the best state, in the best place. And I saw myself. I saw my future. I hope there was a future, because I saw myself at the age of 70 years old. I was with my husband. Maybe he's my boyfriend. I don't know, but I was with some man. We were in a beautiful house on the beach with the ocean view. And in that meditation, I got to know that this city is San Diego. You will laugh, but I have never been to San Diego. When I see that picture during meditation, so people ask me, how did you understand that was San Diego? So yeah, of course, I used to travel to USA before. I used to be in Los Angeles, New York before, and I have heard that there is a beautiful city next to Los Angeles with the seashells, and I just got to know that such city exists, but I have never been to this city. And then in that meditation, I clearly understood that I am in San Diego. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that was incredible. I couldn't sleep because I had this idea. Why I saw myself in San Diego? Why? And to be honest, I have never had an idea to move to USA. I had an idea to move to Italy, to Switzerland, because I speak Italian fluently. That was my thought. I had this thought, but never about USA. I didn't like USA, Bart. I didn't like it.
So tell me though. So when you got that, when you did that meditation and you got this idea, were you then ready to go, or what happened next?
So I came back to Ukraine. I had a beautiful job at that moment on the television. I had my women's community, and I was in relationship. So I have been living with some guy. So I couldn't go to USA, But everything is for a reason, I came back to Ukraine, and in couple days, my boyfriend told me, something is wrong. You came strange from that event. I don't understand you. Maybe we should take a break. At some point, I was very upset. What? Break with me? We were engaged. But from the other side, I was very happy. That was my, green light. Go. And I just bought one-way ticket to San Diego, and I just flew there by myself, alone.
So did you have a plan? I mean, or did you just buy the ticket? You packed your bags and said, "I'm going," and whatever happened.
First time I just decided to came there for 2 weeks just to see what is that, what is that, and I didn't have any plan. I had some people who lived in Los Angeles, in Arizona, but not in San Diego.
Right.
I came to San Diego, and I will never forget that feeling. That's so strange. I even now feel it. Like I saw my lovely man. Really, I feel like San Diego is my man. That's strange. But I started crying. when I first time came to San Diego, I got this goosebumps. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? So instead of 2 weeks, I stayed there for 2 months. I got a lot of friends. That was one of the best periods in my life because I just stopped my work, everything. 2 weeks, I just lived my life in a house in front of the beach. I meditated every day. I was walking every day. I met new people. And there I decided, okay, I go back to Ukraine. I should finish all my stuff there and I will move.
Wow.
So I went back to Ukraine. I had 4 months to get my second diploma. So I finished university. I closed like my television work. I closed other stuff and just crazy. I just moved in September 2018
So
by myself.
before we go into your journey in the United States, I want to touch on two things, by the way. First, what was the inspiration to go to a Tony Robbins event? And for those listeners who are not familiar with that, share a little bit of what that was about. And then, so answer that question first, and then I have a different question for you after that.
When I was a child, a teenager, I used to listen to his audio. I used to read his books. That was my dream. That was my dream for a long time to visit his event. But that was very expensive for me. Every time I was looking for his event, it was like, okay, London, price for the ticket, price for the hotel, price for the plane. And I'm like, okay, no, I cannot afford it for myself. Okay, maybe next year, and then maybe next year, and then maybe next year. And then what happened? I believe that all people are angels. One girl, she came to my seminar and she said, oh, listen, I'm going to Singapore to Tony Robbins event, and I'm looking for girls who will go with me. I'm like, okay, how much is that? She said tickets $700. I'm like, oh, $700 plus plane plus hotel. So I had no, I won't go. And she said, I'll make you discount $50. Let's go with us. And I just decided, okay, this is a sign. I just need to go. I just need to make my dreams come true.
Right.
And you know what? Everything is in our mind, about money, about everything. After that, I went to Date with Destiny. I paid $5,000
for that.
So how we change? Yeah. So
how we totally changed. I get it, but what does Tony Robbins mean to you? What do those events mean to you?
He helped me a lot. He helped me to understand myself, to be more self-confident, to step up, to not to be afraid of other opinions, and just to follow my dream, just to go forward. Yeah. And I do his priming almost every day, and that helps me to be in this energetical mood, to be on high vibrations. Yeah.
One of the things that I've learned over the years is that one of the most undervalued resources that we have is energy, and that's the one thing that he teaches us to tap into. It's just the incredible amount of energy that we have within us, incredible potential that we have within us. And that was actually my story. My story was, being, a surgeon and being pretty much on the top of the medical pyramid with all the training, 17 years of training. I would see this guy on at night with his infomercials on QVC, by the way. And I'm thinking to myself, what's this guy going to teach me, right? And so I was actually really kind of very distancing myself from him because, I was supposed to be an educated guy, right?
Yeah,
But
right.
fortunately, I was dragged into one of his events, and it totally changed my life. And within the first couple of minutes, I realized that the whole world of possibility was out there for me, just waiting for me. Just the
Yeah.
incredible amount of untapped potential within us, and I'm sure that's exactly what you feel as well. And I'm curious though, because in the direction that you're going in life, that you were doing in Ukraine, is helping women there tap into their potential with nutrition, with fitness, with beauty, and all that. So what was that experience that you had there? What was the gift that you were able to give them there? And then I want to do a comparison later on in the show with what it's like here in the United States.
So I organized such. I organized my community, so I made real seminars, offline seminars, in big Ukrainian cities, in Kiev, in Odessa, Kharkov, Chernivtsi, so different cities. I have a program, 4 hours program. It's not just about nutrition work, because uh, I work with the soul, first of all, with the self-confidence, with the love for yourself. Because I don't know how in this country, but in my country, unfortunately, women do not love themselves. It's because in childhood, we were taught, not like here, oh, you're the best. No, in my country, we were taught like, oh, you should look at her, she's better than you, you're so stupid and you're fat. I hope it changed with the years, and now it changed, but like I know a lot of women who were taught in that way. And if we're talking about men, it is the same situation. Men behave the same way with women, like, you are stupid, you cannot make nothing, you are dependent on me. So a lot of Ukrainian women, unfortunately, do not believe in themselves. They are super beautiful, super fit, but they don't believe in themselves because of the childhood, unfortunately, of the parents, and because of the man. Do you understand my English?
No, absolutely. And
Okay,
it's just
great.
tremendous
So
repression, I guess.
yeah, and yeah, because we don't have such rules as you have, that woman is protected. In my country, no, woman is not protected. And so that's why I decided that I will help these women believe in themselves, to believe that she's beautiful, that she's a queen, that she should live in harmony, she should get everything what she wants, she can work if she wants, she can achieve what she wants. So I work with their fears, I work with their limited beliefs and confidence. I know a lot of techniques which I learned from different teachers, not just Tony Robbins, but just Larissa Renard, Louisa Hay, John Keha, Joe Dispenza, all these people helped me. And now with their techniques, I help these women. So first of all, you need to start believing in yourself. You need to start loving yourself. Then you can work with your dreams. You can go to quantum field. You can get whatever you want there. And then with the right nutrition and workout, I help them to change their physical bodies. But the main is to change here and to change here, because a lot of Ukrainian women, they are beautiful outside physically, but unfortunately they do not believe that they are beautiful, and that they can have what they want here. So I make them. So I even have, so my the credo of my community, I grow goddess in you.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
And
I
truth be told, I think it's a universal or global problem for so many women in this world today. And what's interesting, when you go back 3,000 years ago, the it used to be a matriarchal society where the women were in charge, and that changed with all the changes in the culture and religion and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, what I think is happening today is that we're getting a major shift in thinking, where we're going back to the feminine energy, going back to
yeah.
harnessing nature and the planet and Mother Earth and all that kind of stuff. But I'm curious though, because you at some point obviously decided to make a change in your life to actually start sharing with people, with women then, that there was a different way of living. What was that genesis? What caused you to decide, what, I'm going to help my fellow women, my sisters out there, to have that self-esteem and find the beauty within? Now, how did that come about?
Why I decided to came here in USA.
No. Why you decided to do that when you're back in Ukraine? So, because you were teaching women in Ukraine, so what was your inspiration? What was that moment? If you go back to that moment, you said,
Ah,
"What?
okay,
I'm going to teach
okay.
other women to find their."
I tell you, mm, I'm very blessed. I have beautiful and amazing mom, dad. They are still together. They met when they were 17 years old, and now they are 55. I have a beautiful and the best friend, my sister. But the most amazing person in my life was my grandmother, and basically she grown this queen in me. Like when I was a child, she always told me, you are a princess, you deserve the best, you should believe in yourself, you shouldn't think about others, this is your way, if you think it is your way, just do it. And by the way, she insisted on that decision to come here in USA, because I had a fear, like, oh my gosh, yeah, I want to go there, but I'm afraid. And she said, no, you should go, and you can make it. So, and I guess she gave me her um, inspiration, her confidence. And when I started my blog in Instagram and Facebook, I got a lot of messages from women, girls. They were asking me how to become so confident as you, or like, I have problems with my husband. He doesn't give me money. He beats me. What can I do? And Bart, I got like every day a lot of messages from different women. That's why I decided that's my mission. I need to make something. And I started organizing, by the way, fitness tours. So I've made a fitness tour in Cuba, Dominican Republic, Bali, Cyprus, and Italy. So I have taken 15 girls, and we were in that beautiful spot every day, workout, nutrition, no man, no alcohol, no sugar, just meditation, traveling. And that was an amazing experience. And this is, by the way, my goal in this country. I want to make such fitness tours for women in Florida and in Hawaii.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a great, I remember that husbands of that girls, they were calling to my assistant and like, oh, listen, when Sasha make her a new fitness tour, I want to send my wife. I want to send my wife. She came back so amazing and so good. Please take her on every tours with Sasha. I don't know what she do, but she changed my life. Please. So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I work with women, and I think that women should find time for their selves, to be with other women, to share this energy. And then with this clear energy, we can inspire men.
You know, I would say that goes both ways, by the way. And I think for all of us, none of us do that enough, so many reasons, and it's really unfortunate. But that's another conversation for another day. So before we talk about, you know, your journey here in the United States, I have two questions about that leap of faith. First of all, you know, what was the thing that scared you the most? What was the biggest fear that you had to overcome?
The biggest scare?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe my language.
Maybe
so
wow, okay.
Like I do not speak so well as Americans, so how can I express myself? How can I show that I'm smart, that I'm like good person, wise person, with this small how to say
Language barrier,
like
right?
yeah, you're right. So that was the main problem. And even now sometimes I have this not unconfidence, but I want to say more and I can't, like I'm a dog, you know. I speak very well in Russian, very well in Ukrainian, like very well, using very smart words, phrases. And in English, I try, but and yeah.
Unfortunately, most of us don't speak Russian.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. So what did it take to overcome that? You know, what was it that you had to do, or what is it that you did to overcome that biggest fear?
I don't understand.
So if your biggest fear was the language barrier,
yeah.
That I'm sure you had feelings that you weren't enough, that people wouldn't take you seriously, that you know,
of course.
You know, whatever. So what did it take to overcome that? I mean, how did you overcome that big fear?
I had a coach here, Tony Robbins coach, and she helped me a lot.
Great.
We were talking, Susan Thomas. We were talking with her, and she said, listen, there is a Marie Kondo. Do you know, by the way, who is Marie Kondo? She's she's a Japanese girl, and she became super popular in USA without knowing English at all. She was speaking Japanese with some girl who were translating her. So this Marie Kondo, she's very popular. She explains how to make order in your stuff, in your room, where to put the furniture, all this stuff. She's super popular.
Wow.
And she became popular without saying any words in English. And this coach, she helped me a lot. She like supported me, like, Sasha, don't be afraid, you already speak, and it's so beautiful when you speak with your accent. So yeah.
So what you're really saying, right, Alessandra, is that, and is it Sasha or Alessandra?
So in my country, we have two names. Among friends, we use short names, Sasha, but in all documents and through people we don't know, we use Alexandra. So we are friends, you can call me Sasha.
Okay, I'm going to call you Sasha. So Sasha, so basically you're taking your own medicine, because back home in Ukraine, you were the coach for all these other women to get their breakthroughs, to become their magnificent goddesses that's within them. And so you got a coach too to help you.
I think that every psychologist should have psychologists. Every trainer should have trainer. Tony Robbins, he's the best coach, but he has 3 coaches who works with him. So yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. So now let's get back to your journey in the United States. Besides the language, when did you decide that, yes, I'm here? And what was it that made you decide that, you know what, I'm going forward to stay in the United States and make it work? Because what I want people to understand is this, is that it's really easy to stay in our comfort zone. It's really easy to stay in the status quo with how life is. And I think the majority of people actually do that. And until maybe very late in their life, they realize, you know what, I've been going on the wrong journey. I need to be doing something else. I can't tell you how many people I've met who are, for example, top CEOs in banks and whatever, one in particular, that at the age of about 55, they decided to become a shaman. Somebody else that I know is a very successful attorney, extremely wealthy, and again, at the age of end of 40s or 50s, decided, you know what, I'm just going to become an artist. And so, interesting enough, perhaps that was the best journey for themselves. But so many people never get to have that experience, and so it takes a lot of courage and a lot of self-esteem and confidence, but also the willingness to deal with so much uncertainty. And so, curious with you, what was that moment in the United States that you had now had that clear path, and how did you get that?
If I tell you I didn't get this clear path.
Okay, great.
Even though sometimes I have this question, oh my gosh, why did I do it?
Yeah.
Like, it's very it's very difficult to understand me because I'm an immigrant, and just immigrant can understand immigrant, really. Because when I was just going here, I was like, oh yeah, I will make everything here, I'm so smart, beautiful, amazing. And when I came here, I understood, it's not so easy. You need to learn how to live in another country with another mentality, another language, another bank system, another medical system without documents. It's very, very, very like, when you don't have documents, first 6 months, I used to be here as a tourist. Then I was approved for O1 visa and then green card. But first 6 months, I was a tourist and I couldn't get even my car, nothing. You couldn't get a lease on an apartment. It's difficult, And when I came here, I didn't know that it would be so interesting, I will say. And really, I was crying a lot. And I can tell you that to go from comfort zone is great, because when you do not go from comfort zone, you cannot understand yourself and you cannot see other possibilities. Now, after 1 year and 8 months, I can tell you, I'm really happy, satisfied that I've made that trip, that I decided. But I had very, very rough periods and times here. But I know that what makes you cry will make you laugh. This is the rule. And when you go from comfort zone, first you can get to know yourself. I got to know a lot of interesting things about myself here while I was alone with all these problems which I got.
Right.
Okay, not problems, situations. Let's call it situations.
Opportunities.
Yeah, and yes, I met a lot of interesting people, opportunities. My brain started working like in 3 times better, and that's great. I can tell to people who are listening to us, if you want to change something in your life, if you don't like how you live, if you wake up every day and you have this thought, oh my gosh, again, I don't like this person next to me, I don't like this job, I don't like this space, I don't like this city, so just change it. Because it's it's not a film shooting. Yeah, it's real life. We do not have the seconds. Chip, chip. We don't have it. Yeah. So we need to live just right now. And if you don't like something, you need to change it. But of course, to get possibilities, to get something new, to get something better, you need to go out from the comfort zone. And just out from comfort zone, you can get all gifts and presents. But of course, you should be ready for some interesting periods and situations that can happen. For sure, it's life, but it's very interesting. You know what I started to make here in USA. Every day I wake up and what I tell to myself, okay, this is the game. Do you remember that game Mario?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember?
I do.
Okay. You are a dinosaur as me. Okay, Mario. I'm Mario. This is my new chapter, my new level, my new day. Okay, I'll go to find some flowers, to find some. Okay, now I see some guys. I can, how to say that? Some dinosaurs I should kill. Okay, this is the situations, the problems. Then I go again. I see flowers, and I have the goal. Mario had the goal in the game. Yeah, to go to that princess. So I'm Mario, and this is my life. This is my game, and everything can happen. But this is my game,
Right.
and I can choose the rules of this game. I can choose. If I want, I can go back to Ukraine and live in comfort zone and see the same faces, the same mentality, to be on the same level of education, of the same level of standards. Or I can stay here, yes, with faces with some problem situations, but in some years I'll get this princess. You
Yep.
know? Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Absolutely, because
Great.
we are what's called teleological beings. I mean, we have to be goal oriented, and we're also creatures of meaning, and we constantly have to grow. We have to expand. We're not happy if we don't expand, and so the whole idea is we have to step forward into growth, or or step backwards into stagnation, into that comfort zone. And I think what happens too often is that people are so stuck, again, as I've mentioned before, in this rut of life because they're so scared of letting go of what they know, letting go of all those relationships. I'm going to talk about that in a moment, because they're scared to be on their own. And the whole point of and why I'm so excited to be talking to you is because you've done this major leap. You've grown tremendously. You've become much bigger than you used to be, because at the end of the day, you know, we all have this potential within us. That potential is basically unlimited. But you know, many of us don't become the best version of ourselves. And I think the
Yeah.
whole purpose of life, really, truly, is to become that best version of ourselves, and to enjoy the magnificence of what's around us. As you mentioned, being present in this moment, enjoying this moment, you know, not argue with reality, but say, look, great, thank you so much for what you've given me. And by the way, as you said, these are my rules, and I'm going to do this right now. And that's exactly what you've done. And for me,
Yeah.
it's really important because I'm also an immigrant. I came from Holland. You know, I had,
Really? I didn't know that.
I was
That's
from Holland. I didn't do quite that leap of faith that you did. I was a lot more structured and organized, being a physician and all that kind of stuff. So it was a lot easier for me to do that and get connected. But I essentially did the same thing that you did. And there was sort of tremendous uncertainty and lack of clarity as to what would happen next. But clearly, you know, it's stepping into that space that you can. And as Tony Robbins says, you know, necessity is the mother of invention. So stress and tension and challenges that make us grow so that we can become better. So I
yeah.
want to talk a little bit about what you're doing now, because for me, what's really important is that we have to have great examples, great models that can teach us the things that we otherwise don't know. This is what I love about Tony Robbins and all the other people like Wayne Dyer, Zig Ziglar. You know, they've done a lot of thinking behind, and they're sharing with us the concepts, the ideas, the distinctions that we otherwise don't learn. I mean, Ukraine is actually not unique in that. Too many of us didn't learn the things that we need to learn to become a better version of ourselves. And so I know that's what you're doing here in the US. And so I'm really eager to hear, what is it that you're doing? And also, more importantly, how do people find you?
So now I'm working online. I have my online website. It's my last name, Shulgina.net. But for now, it's just for Russian-speaking women who lives all over the world. I have 5 products recorded, different courses with different goals and aims. So what do they want? If they want to lose the weight, or they want to change their feelings inside, they want to get more motivation and inspiration. And I have a huge big course with 7 big seminars, webinars. Also during this quarantine time, I've made a course with my own meditations. I started meditate, and I've made my own 5 meditations, 45 minutes. It's everything is for women, and everything is for Russian speaking women, unfortunately. But for sure I will make it in English when my English became better. I'm still not enough, you know.
No, but I think that's amazing, because I'm sure there's not many women out there, or men for that matter, that are reaching out to Russian women or men that are teaching these kinds of things. I mean, would that be accurate?
So and everybody can get that meditations, meditate with me, so change their state, go to quantum field, and to know how to make dreams come true. Because I believe in dreams. I believe that everybody can achieve everything what they want. Just there are some rules that people should make, and then they can get everything. I do private coach sessions, and I'm going to open my company here and to start making offline fitness tours and seminars here in United States of America.
Wonderful. So what's some of the feedback that you're getting from the women out there with this? I mean, what are some of the experiences that they're having based on the work that you're sharing with them, and how do they find you, by the way?
My women, all these women, I have a lot of followers in Instagram and Facebook. These girls, they follow me from Ukraine time, because I used to work on television. That's how I started my career. And then I have a team. They are in Russia. They make targeting advertisements, so women can join to my free webinars, and there they meet me. If they like me, they buy my products. That's how it works. Everything is online now. Everything is there.
Makes it so much easier, right? It's
Yeah, right. You do not need to rent office. You can sit on Hawaii and just to talk with your phone or laptop.
And
Yeah.
so, do they all know that you live in Miami?
Of course they do know. Everybody do know. Yeah, of course. Because I post every day. Every day I post a new picture with the huge post, inspirational post. Yeah, I try to do not hide nothing about myself. So I show them my real life. If something happened good, I show them. If something happened bad, I show them. So a lot of women, they follow me not just because I'm inspirational coach or a nutritionist, but also because it is a huge, it's a huge dream for a lot of women.
Mm-hmm.
to come to USA. And I show the truth that to watch USA in movie, it is one thing, but to come here as an immigrant, it is another thing.
You know what's
So
great?
I tell them the truth. So I show them the difficulties because they do not understand how is that to come to this amazing, huge, powerful, but yeah.
You know what's great about that is that you're showing people what is actually real and what is possible and what's
Yeah.
required to get there. And I
Yeah.
think unfortunately what happens, with movies, everything's so wonderful, everything's so perfect, but we all know unconsciously it's all a lie. It's not real. And so in a sense of, it's almost like you're handing out a carrot to somebody and you take it away right away. And that's what happens with our head. It kind of messes our head. And that's why I think people, who watch a lot of TV and movies really suffer a lot of depression because they're not out there doing the work to experience the life that they desire. And so that's what I think that's amazingly powerful. And I know that you realize that. What's amazingly powerful is that you actually do give women the real hope, not the dream that is seen in the movie, but the real hope that, yes, this is possible. And, it's going to take a lot of work and it's not always going to work out. And so I think that's absolutely, wonderful. And it's not fake. And part of the purpose of this series of podcasts, by the way, Sasha, is this. These are authentic conversations. This is where people are raw and real because that's the message that I want people to hear. I don't want to hear some fancy dreamland kind of stuff that's not real and not available to everyone. But what you're doing is true. And to show people that, yes, I'm in Miami and I get to hang out on the beaches and meet all these cool people. Guess what?
Yeah, but at the same time, I show them like, oh, this guy took my money and didn't give me back my money. I tell you this story in Los Angeles, and I went to the court, and that was a huge story. Then I got some other problems. So I show them not just the beautiful sides of my life, but also my problems, which can happen with them if they come. So they should be prepared. Because people think, oh, she has beautiful life. Everything is great. No. To get this life, you need to work with yourself, first of all, work with others. You need to be social. You need to go out from the comfort zone. Like, for example, when I came to Tony Robbins event here in USA, the main goal why I came to Date with Destiny was to get acquainted with new people, okay? And first 3 days, I couldn't came to people. I was like, okay. I was calling to my grandmother, and she started yelling on me. Why did you pay $5,000? I'm like, to get all this knowledge? She said, no. To get acquainted with good people, go and get acquainted. And I got acquainted with a lot of amazing souls. And by the way, that event, Date with Destiny 2018, changed my life also.
That's awesome.
And networking, go out from the comfort zone, communication, that will help you in this country, in your life, and believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, and create your rules and live with your rules.
And just for the record, I remember seeing you in one of the rooms over there, and this is a very much coveted room that not everybody gets to go into, and obviously you got yourself in there. And that's just a testament to your willingness to try. And I think that's the message that I'm taking from this today, is that you give people hope in a way that that no one else really can, because for many people it's just a fabricated story. Look at me, you know, and people look at others and say, oh, you're so lucky, but you're telling people, no, you know, this is truly me, this is hard work.
Everybody can achieve this.
Yep.
Everybody. They
Yep.
just need to make something. First of all, just to have this thought, I can, and then just to make first step. That's it.
So it's helpful to get a little specific. Like, I'm 70-year-old with my husband on my San Diego beach, and that's where I'm going to be. So you know,
I will be there for sure. For sure.
The
I promise.
unconscious
I know.
mind knows what we need to do, and obviously you've been listening to that really well.
Yeah.
So we're almost about to wrap things up. I know you talked about harmony is really important. Relationships is really important, and also helping others is really important. So share a little bit about those thoughts before we sign off today.
So I think that very important, first of all, to get love here in yourself. So to start loving yourself, to wake up every day with the feeling of gratitude to yourself, to God, to the God, to everything. So to have this, you know, to have this harmony inside. I call it harmony, but it is love, gratitude, and abundance inside. When no matter what, you have this feeling of gratitude, love, and abundance, no matter what. COVID-19, riots, volcans, I don't know, earthquakes, love, gratitude, and harmony. Okay. The second one is to share this love with others. So for me, it's very important, family values. So to be with people who you love and who love you. Be with someone who supports you and you support. So it's family and soulmate, maybe close friends. And the third one is to make something ecological. What does it mean ecological? To help. What I believe in, I believe that we are all pieces of universe. I believe in this. And we came here to help each other in different ways. Someone is an actor, so he makes good films, and I like this film, so he helps me to high my mood, okay? Like someone is counter, he helps with the numbers, he helps. So no matter how, people should help each other. And this is the main goal here on this planet, on this existence, just to become better, to become better, and to go there and to make better universe. It's a huge conversation about universe and souls, but I believe in this. So I'm here to help women to become more confident, to love themselves, to share this love, and because everything goes from woman, I believe. So wife is happy wife, happy life.
There you go. Well, I really want to thank you for today and your beautiful insights, and remind everyone, you know, that we live in a world where so much opportunity exists for all of us. And we have the choice where we can blame the world that everything is against them, or we can just say, you know what, bring it on. Give me more challenges, like obviously you've done. You've said, you know, bring me more of these challenges. Let me overcome them, because I have a mission in this world, because I want to help other women see what's possible. And I think that's important for all of us, and especially in the times of this pandemic and other kind of political situations going on, not only in this country, but in every country. You know, as Tony Robbins says, you know, what's wrong is always available to us, but also what's right. And so for all of us, you know, this is a wonderful example, Sasha, to teach us that yes, everything is possible. We just have to put our minds to it. We have to put our faith to it. You know, we have to find that harmony and love within us. And on top of all that, we've got to do the work and stay connected and then help others. Sasha, thank you so much. I am
Thank
Dr.
you,
Bart
Bart.
Rademaker.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you to everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're beautiful, awesome. And one last thing, how do people reach you?
In my Instagram or my Facebook, Alessandra, double S, Shulgina or Shulgina.
Shulgina. Awesome. All right, Sasha, thank you so much. I'm Dr. Bart
Thank
Rademaker.
you.
Prescription for your transformation, real people, real conversations, and real success. Tapping into your authentic genius so that you can live the life that you desire as long as you tap into your brain intelligence, your body intelligence, and your energy intelligence. And the earth is all yours. Thank you so much, and I'll be back next week. Cheers.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Dr. Rademaker's Prescription for Your Transformation. Continue the path towards discovering your own authentic genius by tuning in next time for more real conversations with